नहीं देखिए, काफ़ी पॉजिटिव उनका रिएक्ट तो नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, बट जो भी प्रोसीजर इंजरी के बाद जो भी करना पड़ा उनको और एनसीए को, काफ़ी पॉजिटिव चीज़ें हुई है वहाँ पर. अभी फ़िलहाल ये कल के मैच के लिए तो अवेलेबल है नहीं, बट वो ऐसी इंजरी है जो हमें एवरी डे देखना पड़ रहा है कि कितने परसेंट फिट हुए, कितनी रिकवरी हुई है, कितनी बॉलिंग डाली है, कितनी बैटिंग की है. तो वो डे टू डे बेसिस पे हम उनका वो कॉल लेना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि हम वर्ल्ड कप के लिए देख रहे हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली मैचेस 3-3 4-4 दिन में हो रही है, तो एवरी डे वाला जो सिचुएशन होता है वो हम देख रहे हैं. तो हो सकता है जैसा उनका चल रहा है, हो सकता है होपफुली जल्द से जल्द देखने का मौका मिलेगा. No, look, I think, in this World Cup, we have seen a lot of games, a lot of, I wouldn't call it an upset, because every team here is to win games, so it's not an upset. But every team is trying to beat the other team. So at no point or no game you can think that, this is a cakewalk for us. It's important that you stay in the present, do your processes, keep working as a team, what you've been doing as a team, focus on all those aspects. And as a team, that is what we are trying to do. We are not trying to look too much into the opposition. We're trying to internally look into ourselves and see where we can get better as a team, better as a player, certain areas that we want to work on. Yes, won 6 games, but there have been a lot of games where we didn't had a perfect game, and you cannot have a perfect game, but near perfect game is what you want as a team. So those are the things that we try and look into. And speaking of the past, obviously there's hardly 1 or 2 players from their squad, from that team, maybe one guy, Angelo. And same from our side as well. There's only 2 guys in the squad. So I don't think, it's been more than a decade now since that has happened. So I don't think that is going to be a factor. Every day, you have to turn up, and you have to turn up well, thinking that this is a fresh day, fresh game, fresh opposition. I'm enjoying my batting. So, but obviously keeping the situation of the team in mind. It's not like कि मेरे को जाके सिर्फ बैट घुमाना है वहाँ पर. अच्छे तरीके से घुमाना है, अच्छे तरीके से खेलना है और अच्छे सिचुएशन में ला के रखना है टीम को. ये मेरा माइंड सेट है. जब ओपन करता हूँ तो देयर इज़ द स्कोर बोर्ड स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम ज़ीरो. सो देयर इज़ एज अ बैट्समैन आई हैव टू थिंक, आई हैव टू सेट द टोन फॉर द गेम. तो मेरे पास वो एक एडवांटेज, या यू कैन कॉल इट एक फ़ायदा है कि मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ बैटिंग, एंड विकेट का प्रेशर नहीं है, क्योंकि 0-0 है सब कुछ. तो you have to start like, when you have to start like that, you can be fearless and you can play the way you want to play. But then last game we were put under pressure a little bit in the power play. 3 विकेट गिर गए थे हमारे, तो गेम चेंज करने के लिए भी आना चाहिए. तो आई थिंक एज अ बैट्समैन मेरा फोकस इस चीज़ पे रहता है कि टीम को उस टाइम पे क्या ज़रूरत है, पहले ओवर में क्या ज़रूरत है, 5वें ओवर में क्या ज़रूरत है, 10वें ओवर में क्या ज़रूरत है, टीम का स्कोर क्या है, कितने रन चेस कर रहे हैं, कितना स्कोर इस ग्राउंड पे अच्छा है. ये सब चीज़ के बारे में मैं सोचता हूँ जब मैं बैटिंग करता हूँ. तो जो भी सिचुएशन उस टाइम पे डिमांड करती है, मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि वो सिचुएशन के हिसाब से खेलने की कोशिश करें. आई मीन लुक, you read the situation, you see where the game is going, you see what is the right move in that particular situation. You try and analyze all those things and you try and make a move. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So you got to be prepared for that. I totally believe that whatever calls we make on the field, it is in the best interest of the situation of the team and what is going to happen from here on now, next 5 overs or 10 overs. So you try and analyze those kind of situation and try and make that move. Like I said, sometimes it can work, sometimes it may not. So I try and look into all those situations, and I see what is the strength of the opposition team, what they like to do in certain phases of the game, and try and analyze those aspects of the game, and then try and pass on that message to the bowlers. And this is what we're trying to do, trying to go for wickets or trying to contain the batsman with a little bit of different field placement and things like that. It's the minor adjustment and the tactical aspect of the game that I try and bring in, when I feel like it's necessary. And I mean, hats off to the players as well to really comply with that, because it's not easy. It's one thing if I keep thinking about it, and another thing if the guys don't comply with it. And I think full credit to all 10 of them who have taken parts in that game, and responded to that thought process of the team. It's not my thought process, it's the team's thought process that the guys comply with. So when things look good, everything looks good, everything works well. So I know how this whole thing works. I'm quite aware of one game here and there. I know suddenly I'll be a bad captain, so I know how it works. So I try and do what is necessary from the team's perspective and be sure of that. Yeah, look, I was lucky to get an opportunity to meet him in Sri Lanka during the Asia Cup. And he's been such a great fan of cricket. Of course, Sri Lankan team, but he's probably the first ever fan that I met, who was so genuine, and the support from his side towards his team, towards the players, was fantastic to see. When I first went to Sri Lanka in 2005 actually for Under 19 World Cup, he was there, but I was a little boy. I had no idea about how things work outside cricket field. So I was not too much into that. But when I went with the Indian team for the first time in 2008, I saw him for the first time then, and I saw how passionate he was. And I got lucky as well to meet his family, his son, his grandson. Their family, very sweet. I went with few of my team members as well. But yeah, it's a sad loss, sad loss to the cricketing fraternity, because in my eyes he was the number one supporter of cricket at that point in time. Obviously there have been so many fans now, but the first ever cricket fan I saw was him. So it's a sad moment for all of us. Yeah, look, as Indian players, we've played in these conditions, we've batted first, we've chased targets. So for us, I think this is a ground where things can be quite unpredictable at times. Like there's so much in it for the bowlers as well. So you can see, probably a top spell coming from the bowlers, rattling the opposition. That can happen. As you say, it's an high-scoring ground, but at the same time, if the bowlers put the ball in the right area, it can be slightly difficult. So everyone gets value here, the bowlers, spinners as well, and the batters. But yeah, from the team's perspective, it was good for us to bat first in the last game and win the game, even though we didn't post a over par score or a par score. But our bowlers did a fantastic job, which they have been in the last 6 games. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll assess in the morning and see how it is, and we'll make the call whether to bat or bowl first. All sorts of combination is possible. You can still play with 3 spinners and 2 seamers if need be. I think in this tournament, in this World Cup, you've seen spinners actually are the ones who are, stopping that run flow in the middle overs. So, I'm keeping my options open, whether we have Hardik or not at this point in time, to play 3 spinners or not. If the situation demands for us to play 3 spinners, we will play 3 spinners. Because I feel spinners actually with a lot of skill set can can put a brake on the scoring rate in the middle overs if our spinners have got so much skill bowling in these conditions. So definitely a possible option for us. But we will, like I said, we'll see whatever is necessary to make the right combination, right play. We will do that. And as far as the resting for the bowlers are concerned, I think they are in great rhythm at this point in time. They don't want to rest. Body is fine. And this is the feedback that I've gotten from all the bowlers. So they are happy to play games. नहीं, अभी इंडिया में आप खेल रहे हो, आपको पता है कि इतने एक्सपेक्टेशंस रहते हैं लोगों के. एंड आई एम श्योर ऑल 15 ऑफ अस कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे जब आप ट्रैवलिंग करते हो इंडिया में, चाहे आप मैचेस खेल रहे हो या ना खेल रहे हो, there are people at the airport, in the flight next to you, or anywhere you are traveling. They'll talk about your game. We want 100. We want you to see taking 5 wickets. We want to see you winning games, tournaments, series, and all of that. So I'm sure all these things have been in the players' ears since beginning. So I don't think it's a pressure, but it's nice that people are expecting a lot of things from us, and a nice way to respond is we know how. So, but at this point in time, we are enjoying the cricket that we are playing, and we want to continue to do that as long as possible, and as deep as possible. So at this point in time, that is the focus. And yes, we are actually enjoying traveling from one end to the other end. It is nothing new for us, so don't really talk too much about it in detail. This is all I have to say about this part, because लड़के travel करते हैं यहाँ वहाँ एक जगह से दूसरी जगह, और अलग अलग शहरों से अलग अलग एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, अलग अलग प्लेयरों से अलग एक्सपेक्टेशंस है. तो अच्छा फीलिंग आता है लड़कों को, यही सुनने मिलता है उनसे. नहीं, इतना आगे का हम नहीं सोच रहे ऑनेस्टली. हमें बस हर मैच, मैं कितने बार बोल चुका हूँ ये चीज़ कि हमारे लिए एक एक मैच जो हम खेलते हैं वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. उसमें कैसे अच्छा करेंगे, क्या क्या चीज़ें हमने पिछले मैच में नहीं किया, ये मैच में कैसे कर सकते. हमारा फोकस उस चीज़ पे, और उसके बाद हम हमारी जो गाड़ी है वो आगे बढ़ाते हैं. इतना आगे का सोचना सही नहीं होगा हमारे लिए अभी कि अनबीटन जाना है, अनबीटन रहना है. I don't think that is the goal. Goal is to play every game and play it well. नहीं, अब प्रैक्टिस पे जब पहुँचे तो हमने देखा स्टैचू, बट इतने क्लोजली देखने नहीं मिला क्योंकि हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, और प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस इतना डिले करवा दिया हमारे मीडिया मैनेजर ने, तो उतना मौका नहीं मिला इतना पास से देखने का. We just came and we saw the statue, and then we came back. I finished my batting and I came here now. But मौका मिलेगा अच्छे से देखने का. Obviously मैंने अभी तक वो भी नहीं देखा कि कौन सा शॉट है वो. It's over covers, is it? Straight lofted shot. हाँ. अब क्या बोलूँ मैं उसमें. Straight lofted shot का स्टैचू बनाया है वहाँ पे. It's nice. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We saw the statue. It's fantastic.